Okay, my name is I Bring It Every Day, and my name is Kelly. And last Friday, we talked about making worry worms, and on my live stream, and I was with Liz Crochet and more, and we decided to do worry worms as a random act of kindness. Now, this one's not completed, but this is kind of what it looks like. It has a little face will go here. This is his little tail, and I have to weave in the ends. But I'm just going to show you just a quick tutorial on how to make it. So you want to start with the slip knot, chain 30, and you want to chain 30. You can make it bigger. I'm using an H hook. I think you can see that H hook or 8, and it's a 5 millimeter. And if you want to make the worms bigger, you should use a bigger hook and actually heavier yarn. This is just a worsted weight yarn. So once again, I'm going to chain 30. So that's 30. Now what you want to do is, in the second chain from the hook, so the one on the hook doesn't count, but you count 1, 2, and you want to go into that second chain, and you want to do 3 single crochets into every stitch, but leave 1 unworked. And the last stitch is going to be for the head. So 3 single crochets into every stitch until you get to the last stitch. All right, now don't panic. The first couple will not curl. And you have to go through, let me see how many stitches. So I did 2 stitches so far. In the third, it's just starting to curl. And I would say you have to crochet not real tightly, but reasonably tightly. Okay, see, it's starting to curl. So here's 4th stitch. This is stitch number 5. So I guess when you get to the 5th stitch, you'll really see the curls start to happen. So don't panic if it doesn't happen right away. But you see that nice little curl that's happening? Yeah, it's starting to go. So I'm going to go down a few more. Let's do like a couple more. And then you'll see how it looks. But it's actually a pretty simple pattern. And the nice thing with this is you can leave this as a random act of kindness. And then there's a poem that goes with it. And I'll read that to you at the end. But I would say, if you are somewhat creative, write your own message to brighten someone's day. And then the idea of this is you put it in a public place, and you want to hide it a little bit, but also make it make it visible so that someone can find it. And that's the whole idea. Yeah. And then you could put it in a sandwich bag or a Ziploc bag if you wanted to keep it dry and whatever. Or you could just leave it out, So anyway, but you see this nice little curl that's working up? It's a nice looking curl. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to keep going. I'm just going down. I'm a right-handed crocheter, so I'm going right to left. And, but as you see, as you keep going, it's going to curl, curl, curl. And that's how you know you're doing it right. So you can do 3 single crochets in each chain. You can do 4 or 5, but I think 3 is sufficient. And you'll see that this comes out pretty curly. You know what I mean? And the nice thing about this project is you can donate these things. It'll brighten someone's day, and they're local. You know what I mean? So you don't have to put this in the mail. You just, when you're out doing your errands, just leave a couple of these out there. And you just want to write a little note and maybe attach it with I don't know how you want to attach it, but you can attach it with I'm trying to think, like a little sandwich tie wrapper, or you could do it with some kind of a ribbon, you know, around the neck. So it's just up to you, you know, use your creativity and figure it out. But the key thing is that you leave somebody a message. And one of the things I was thinking, I do have some cheap sandwich bags. I'm probably just stick one in a sandwich bag with the little note inside, you know, and just put it on a scrap of paper and just write it. Or you can use Cricut if you're that fancy. But anyway, I'm going to just keep going. So these are just some ideas, and I'm just throwing ideas out in a stream of consciousness. Yes. Okay. So anyway, when I get down to the end, I'll show you what it looks like. But you see, you get this nice little curly cue. You know, if you crochet tightly enough. But when I get to the end, we'll come back and I'll show you how to finish it. All right, so I'm coming up to the end. Here's the last one before the end here. And so I'm doing the 3 single crochets in this one. And then the very last one, you're going to do 10 double crochets into that. So double crochet, you have to yarn over first. Go into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then you just keep going. So you're going to do 10 of those. And 10 of those gives it a nice, even kind of roundish head. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I got 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. That's 6. 7. Uh-oh, I pull some yarn out. 8. 9. Let's do one more. And 10. So look at that. So you see how you get this nice big head? Now what you want to do is, I would slip stitch through this little hole here. There's a little hole, or a little end of the chain there. Slip stitch is you just grab it, pull up a loop, and just pull through completely. And then you want to clip that off there. And then pull through that completely. And that'll seal off the end there. But I don't know if you can see that, but you have a nice tight head. And then you put your 2 eyes on. Now, what I'm going to do is you want to weave in the ends here. And I'll sort of do it really quickly. And weaving in the ends. You just want to weave these in so that everything's together. And you want to go in a couple of different directions. Everybody weaves in differently, but the whole idea is weave in the ends, then you cut these little extra that you can do here. Oops. All right, I'm going to turn it over. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Back and forth a little bit. Yep. I'm going to pull that through. I made my ends really long. It's a habit that I got into, you know, crocheting. I think I did. Sometimes I make them too short. And now I think I overcompensate now and make them very long. But anyway, I'm just going to weave this second one in a few times. And I'm sort of going in between these little stitches here. I'm sure they're, you know, use your creativity and how you want to do it. But I'm just going to kind of do a little pull through here. Okay. And then what you can do is once it's woven in there, you can trim these. Or you can use this actually to tie on if you want the piece of paper, which is actually a good idea. You can tie on the piece of paper to leave your message. But now what we're going to do. So when you're making your worry worms, I'm going to put on the googly eyes. And I'm also going to use some sequins for eyes as well. But as you can see, you can use many different colors. You can do many different things for the eyes. One thing you can do also is to embroider the eyes. But you would have to put a back on and sort of crochet a second head and kind of glue it on. If you did embroidery, so it wouldn't show through the back. Or if you don't care, that's fine too. But, you know, just use your imagination. And be careful with those hot glue guns. They do get warm, but it does keep the eyes very secured, and that's pretty cool. Yep. So while I'm assembling the eyes, I'm going to read the worry worm poem. So it is, I am a little worry worm. Keep me near. Hold me tight. Tell me your worries, and I will make everything all right. And I will leave this in the description. But also, make sure you don't have to, copy that poem, but you can also write something from the heart. And I think people will really appreciate that. So once you complete your worry worms, you just need to take a photo and post it to this hashtag, which is hashtag wwlizibe, and that stands for worry worms, Liz Crochet, and I bring it every day. Okay, so the deadline for this would be midnight on the 21st for my channel. And then what I'll do is shortly thereafter, we will post the winners, both on our community post, and we're going to do a live stream as well to announce. And it's going to be a small token of our appreciation on both channels. Okay, so please participate, do your creativity, and enjoy the process, and also spread that joy and love. But this is what they look like. So they're kind of cool, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the tags. But it's I Bring It Every Day. We'll see you soon, and appreciate all of your time and attention and support to both channels. Take care.